So now that we create the user service, let's create, okay, delete the unused, sorry, remove the unused module, the unused import, sorry. And now that we create the user service, let's create the user authentication service, and we will inject the user service in the user. I think we can do that. I don't know if we can do that, but I think we can actually do that. We will inject the user service in the authentication service class. Normally, that's yes. I don't know if we can actually do this. Let's say we have our container here, and we register the service to be scoped. Okay. Okay. We will do that. We will create also a authentication service, and that will be an exception for this module. So for other stuff, for example, we will also have a user controller on the side of the authentication controller. So user controller will help us to create, update, delete the CRUD. Will help to create basically the CRUD endpoint. So we will just inject the user service in the user controller. So let's just for this time create a two inject the user service, this time on the in the authentication service, and use it on the authentication controller. So we will create now the authentication service, a service, sorry, TS, export class auth, no, not controller but service, and we will see how we can inject the user service. Okay, like this, and here we will register a user service as class user service. Scoped. So now we will have generate a comment for this control. We generate a doc. Okay, I think I don't need all this. Yes. I just need this once. Okay. And let's assume that we will create a sign up oh, actually, I think I will not inject the user service here. I will just pass pass in a parameter. I will just pass user as parameter on each method, so that will be easier. So let's not inject the user service here, and just pass a parameter here, so we will have a user interfaces like this. We will return a boolean that say that the user a response. Yes, we will return a response here, so we will have a response from express. Maybe just we will just maybe pass this to make things easier. Request and result a response and return response. A promise of response. We will return first a statue 404 not found if we don't find any user, so that will be send if we, so that will be a try catch, sorry. Send, and we will send the error in the message. We will send the error in body like this. Let's remove the return type because we handle all this here, so we will just yes, return a 400 bad request instead, and 404 not found here, there. So let's assume that we have to first get our user from the request body. So we will just grab our user from the body, the request body, and check if the user is not null, or maybe we will check yes, maybe check if the user is not null. If that is the case, we will return and bad request also. Yes. So we will create an enum. So we can say that we have an enum that lists all the error message we can get. So we will have error message enum, error message enum. So export enum error message enum. So basically we will have data. So we say error message data not found, body request not found, maybe. something general. Bad request, sorry, bad request, because if the body is wrong, that is basically a bad request. So bad, okay. So if I have a user, I will need to check if this user already exists in database, in my database. So that will basically if I do this like this. So no, sorry, I just realized that I really need to pass my user in parameter and not use request and response. So sorry guys, let's change this implementation. So we will check if the user exists or not. So here we will check if the user exists only, and we will use, we will inject the user service. Read only, sorry. So that will be user service. Yes, user service. Find a user by email. That will be that email. We use that email, and we will add the await property. So if the user exists, we will return this conflict statue code. That means conflict. There is a conflict. Sorry, not there, but there. Conflict. And we return a. We also create an enum. I realized that we need an enum for statue code also. So let's create an enum to make things more readable or more clean. We create HTTP status code. Yes, so export const enum HTTP status code enum. So we would say that we already, but common statue is okay, which means we have to online, which means we have this, and we have the bad request code for André. I keep saying do this word so out. So bad request. We also already have a conflict code. We will use the not found code. For O4, we will use also a created code. maybe I will write this after the OK code 201, and what else? The no content code, which is 204, I think, if I remember. And that's it for now. We will add more statue code later. So we will return yes, I don't have result anymore, but I can return, I think, status code. I can return status code, so I will return http status code enum here, so that will be easy. So I will return http status code complete, maybe promise of this enum. So I will return a conflict. Here I will return a bad request. I will return a bad request. And here I will return, sorry, I will return also a bad request and console log for myself the error. So if an user already exists, we will return a conflict. So yes, a conflict that means the user already exists. And after we return the user, we will create a tenant service, because we need to create now a tenant if the user don't exist. Before that, we need to create a tenant. But before we create a tenant, we will get back to the service folder to create a tenant service folder. So a tenant service file, sorry, a tenant service file that we will inject here to use it later. So as I say, just grab this file, try to make less specific, and copy paste here. So we will try to rename all our variable to make it match our file, so our service, and I will try to not forget any to rename any variable, because if I did, I can get stuff wrong later. So let make it match all the cases. So we have all the cases match. So for user with the first uppercase letter, we have 38 words. So let's change it by clicking this replace all. So I replace all, and because I okay, sorry, I replace all, and for the lower case match case, let's replace the lowercase tenant. So I have 36 occurrences, so let's replace all the words also, and that's it. So as you can see, we can get a tenant. We can get a tenant by email. No, we can't, so we will delete this method. We will get all the tenant by tenant. That's not possible, so we will delete the method to get all the tenant by tenant. We can create a tenant. We can create a tenant with a client session. We can update a tenant. Yes, so everything is okay, I guess, I think. And now we can update also a tenant with a client section. when we will use a transaction. So, and we can also delete a tenant. That's it. So let's inject this services in our constructor. So we can also inject this one here. And do not also forget to register the services here. We can replace that. No, yes. Tenant service. Tenant services. And I see that I forgot to comment the authentication constructor. So we can have something like this. Yes. Okay. So by hitting Shift Alt F, you can format the document to indent the code better, and you can generate your doc. So that's it. And now we will create, as I say, we will create a tenant. So let's create a tenant. So this tenant service create a tenant. So to create a tenant, we just need a tenant interfaces, which means we just need a we created that is already specified by default. So we have by default a created that, so we don't need to specify anymore the so we don't need to specify anything. So because why? Because we just have two properties. So each time I inserted a data, the created that is automatically generated, and the update at is new lab. So I will pass an empty, or I will just to make sure that the JSON, the tenant JSON will be created. I will just override the created at here for myself, and that's it. Okay, this is a string. Okay, that's not possible. Let's just assume that here we have a dot and a dot. Why? Type string in assign to. Okay. Okay, so basically I will need here I will need session. Why? Sorry, the expected type come from created at, which is declare tenant interfaces, and internet interface we have that type. Yes, we have that type, and why we can have it that type. To string maybe. Wow. Yeah. Okay. Sorry. I just forgot the new attribute. So let's say we have a tenant here. We just have a tenant like this. Maybe that will make easier. And we'll pass the tenant here. I don't want to pass the any type make don't making any type share. Sorry. So I don't want to have any here. I don't want to have any here. I don't want to. What? Why? Okay. Sorry guys, I just take a little break. So I had a reflection about how to return, what to return instead, and I think that maybe that's better if I return a response from Express. Yes. So we will import the response from Express and return a response. So that will be here we will return the yes we will return a response like this. So we will instantiate the response. Sorry. Uh, we pass a response and so I think the best way is to pass a response and a request in parameters. So as parameters, so we can basically return a response with a static code like conflict here, HTTP static code complete here, and send a complete message, error message like this, complete. And here we will return here a bad request. Yes, a bad request. So basically bad request, we have something like this. So bad request, that's it. And here we have I will think about how I can instantiate a new tenant interface, because a tenant interface also extend a document from Mongoose, and a document from Mongoose had a lot of other properties and we can use them. So I will find another way to maybe reuse the interfaces. So yes, because I just don't want to make each parameters any here. I think this is not a good idea to have any type, because I don't know, but just not a good idea. So yes, let's find another way to have a TNet interfaces